Hey there, War Gamers. Just the Arm Painter here, and we are now live. I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in early, all three of you. We got Frankie Fresh, Bob, and Colby. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really do appreciate that. So today we are going to try and get into doing some more work on the Imperial Fists. We got a ways to go. Gonna try and get a dent in that if we can before I have to head out to work. So I do appreciate you guys tuning in early. I hope that you guys are having a good week thus far. And the stupid camera's doing it again. What are you doing? Is my lamp in the way? Did I put it in the wrong spot? I'll probably do it again here in a second. Maybe I need to like turn it. That? No, that don't work. It's about as good as it's gonna get. I don't know. Anyway, I do hope you guys are having a good week thus far. Hopefully your last week was good. But with that said, we are going to get into some painting today. Alright, so I'm going to try something a little different today. Streams have been a little bit quiet, so I'm going to turn the music off and I'm going to listen to, I can't play it on here. I'm going to actually turn on background stuff that I can follow and listen to while I paint to help break up the monotony. Yesterday was actually, the last several streams have been very, very quiet. Being alone, alone with my brains is not entertaining. So I'm going to turn on like a podcast or something over here in the background while I paint. Hopefully the lack of music in the background is not disturbing. But if I don't mute the music or mute the desktop audio, you guys will hear the podcast, which I can't broadcast because was it DCMA? Whatever that thing is, so I can't do it. So that said, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to work on some models. All right. So I've got... Hey, Mr. Hanley, how you doing today, man? How's school going? I assumed. I have assumed that most people are busy these days. Last couple of streams, or weeks of streams, have been pretty quiet. Some people are just working and, you know, doing everyday life at this point. Very cool. It's got to feel good getting through the first, or not, I don't know if it's your first, but one of the recent courses for your time going to school now. Your endeavors going back for, I believe you said, like business, focus, and marketing, something like that, I think you said. You been keeping up with Warhammer? Yeah, Bob was talking to me, I think it was yesterday, about the new Warhammer stuff that was previewed. I think it was Mini War Gaming that was doing it, and they were going through like the Codex or FAQ erratas, whatever it was, and he was talking about some of the updates coming from Marines, and I've just not really kept up with that stuff, and I'm not going to get to play anytime soon, and I was playing so infrequently before that it just kind of doesn't matter much right now, unfortunately. I think my model purchases are going to be on hold probably for the rest of the year. I think I'm going to put... I'm going to put some models and stuff on my holiday wish list, but I don't see me spending any money on it right now. But yeah, I did hear that. Alright. Very cool, Colby. Very cool. And yeah, Bob, it's like working a second job, man. That's what I've heard. Well, thank you, Straight 10, for popping in. You subscribed to my channel on YouTube the other day. I saw the post. If you guys aren't following Straight 10 Gaming, pop on over, hit that follow button, show him some love. But yeah, I saw you. I got the notification that you followed or subscribed. Not like I'm putting up a lot of content over there these days. Things have really slowed down. But I will tell you this. You were talking about painting yellow. This is what I used. Through an airbrush. You do a zenithal of some sort, a transition. So I used brown into white. And I think there's like a neutral kind of cream tone in the middle that I used. That was a primer. If I had it to do over again, I'd probably have a lot less white and more of the neutral, and then the brown. I like that transition here, right up to that. But there's some areas on these that get a little bit bright, and it kind of looks almost green. And I think that's just sometimes the lighting, because when I have this light on and then another light on, they look different. But I like this tone here. That shift, that tonality is really nice. But you do the transition on the model, and then you just spray this over the top. And there you go. You got it. It's really simple. So, and then for highlights, I'm using ivory with Lilith yellow, 1-to-1, so you get this kind of pale white yellow. So it looks like those, almost white. You could just use straight this, but for the basic dudes, I like doing the half and half because it gets a lot brighter. For his main HQ, the captain, I think I'm going to do Lilith yellow, and then I'll probably do the mix and do multi-stage highlights and build it up a little bit more, just so it looks a little more crisp. But for everything else in the box, I don't think it's necessary. Kind of like on these guys, it's like a 2-stage highlight. So I have... oh man, what did I use? I think it was these two. I think it was like 1-to-1 as a highlight over that, and then I think it was just this one really, really sparingly on some of the little bright spots, and it turned out really, really nice. So that took a little bit more effort than the basic highlights do. So I figure if I do the Lilith and then I do the mix, we'll get a nice transition. So yeah, no problem, man. Well, enjoy your training or your work time. And let's see here. There we go. Stupid ad. Sorry, I'm messaging Meta. What's up, Clan Wolf? How you doing? And I don't know why my webcam keeps doing this. It's the light that's hitting right here. Maybe I need to tilt it down a little bit and raise it up a little bit. Let's see if that helps. It's weird. I don't know what's been going on with it. So. That's good to hear. I'm very tired and stressed out as usual. I've talked to Bob a little bit about it. I mention it sometimes on stream. I keep feeling like I just need a vacation, a break, and I fear that we may be approaching that from the stream front. Just taking some time away. Last couple weeks on stream have been pretty uneventful, and that's that's fine. Life happens, whatnot. People go to work. People have other things to do. I get it, but like, yesterday we struggled to have even 10 people. And there for a long time I was just talking to myself and then just not talking at all. And it's getting to a point where it's like there are other things I could be doing. I have the commissions to do right now, but there's other stuff I could do. And like I was talking to a friend of mine, we wanted to hang out, and he lives an hour and a half away. And when he comes to town, he'll message me and we'll want to hang out. And it's like, well, he's like, "What are you doing today?" I'm like, "Got stream, then gotta go to work." He's like, "What are you doing tomorrow?" "Got stream, gotta go to work." "What are you doing the day after that?" "Well, I have a man today, so I can't hang out." "What are you doing the day after that?" "Streaming, going to work." "What are you doing the day after that?" "No stream, but gotta go to work." You know, "What are you doing the day after that?" Which would be Saturday in this case. "Hanging out with Amanda." "What are you doing on Sunday?" "I have free during the afternoon, but then I'm streaming." And it's like my free time windows are so small, that I'm struggling to get social time in. And even if I could game right now, I have no time, right? You know, like, because I'd have to skip streams to do it. And that is weighing on me, heavily weighing on me. So it's a thing that I'm dealing with. From work perspective, things are going good. We're working on some new products we're going to release. As you know, the BattleTech will be coming here hopefully by the end of the month. No guarantee. I don't want to talk about more details with it because it's something new for us that we're doing. So there's a reason why we're having to delay releasing when we might want to. When it releases, I'll be able to talk about that more. But I can't talk about it now. There's certain things I can talk about with work, and then this one is something I can't. Because there's a bit more going on than just DRD standard stuff. We got that. We got some other prospects in the pipeline. Working on another addition to our Shattered Landscape line that'll be more Xenos inspired, and it looks pretty cool. Working on some elements for some Infinity stuff we want to do. So like work's going good. We've had a little bit of a reprieve after Labor Day. That all hype in the Necropolis stuff, so things have slowed down a little bit, which is nice to catch a breather. The get amped codes have been a little bit lackluster, and that happens. But there for a while when sales died out, the amp code picked up, which was really good. But that's been not happening lately. We do have the new stencils that'll release at some point before the end of the year. We'll have one that'll work for you. I've been trying to figure out how to restructure what it is that I do, and try and make it more fun, and feel like less of a job. But I don't know. I feel like I'm falling behind in regards to keeping up with Twitch stuff, and other people are excelling and doing well, and I'm happy for them. But I feel like I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm on like a boat with holes in it, like a battleship. And we've locked down all the bulkheads, but we're still taking on water, and we're just delaying the inevitable. Can you get to port before you sink, type thing. That's how it feels, and it's a kind of weird analogy. But one of the things, if you guys have, are around me long enough, you'll know that I describe how I feel a lot, comparing it to boats. I agree, and it sounds like COVID. Lockdown measures and safety measures may be going on well into fall of next year, is what I've heard. One of the guys from the stream who works with like convenience stores, gas station type stuff, and he I'm not sure if he like manages or what his job is, but he goes around to the stores and does whatever his job is. And they have been prepping their stores and their staff, and they are planning to and expecting to have the COVID stuff in place until like fall of next year or something. I think they're talking about like September or something like that. If I'm not misremembering what he said, but I think that was something like that. Next year or something, I think is what he said. So, yep. And it's that is very disconcerting for me. The fact that I've been doing things for the most part right, trying to be as safe as I can, and then other people being stupid has drawn this out, and it's unfortunate. What do you do? What do you do? Hanley says, my group is starting to get into Necromunda while I'm looking at selling some of my excess minis since money is tight. Yep. Hanley, I feel you. A, you've helped support me and donated and done a lot of subs, and I really appreciate that. But B, I feel you because you were here when I was selling my Space Marine stuff when COVID was flaring up. Because I was really worried, and that put a lot of money into the bank account to save and tide me over. And obviously DRD's been doing pretty good, which has been helpful, but you never know, things could flip at any moment. So having that extra cushion was really helpful for me, but I completely understand. At the very least, at least you are trying to be productive, going to school and doing whatever, and not everyone can do that. But in this case, you're making the best of your time, and hopefully as we come out the other side, you'll have yourself set up for success, hopefully. That's good to hear, Clan Wolf. Yeah, I was during yesterday's stream, I'd asked you a question, and I guess you were gone. I was asking if you were excited about the new Battletech stuff coming, because you had mentioned, I think it was Thunderhead, and you had mentioned that you had teased or talked about our new terrain coming, and then I was asking if you were excited about the new plastic minis coming, because once they start shipping, Miniature Market already has that stuff up for pre-order, so anyone who didn't back the Kickstarter can pick stuff up. I wasn't sure how far your excitement was going, or if you were going to get some new minis and whatnot. I know when I met you, you did 40K stuff, but Battletech was your thing. And then that shifted. And I know we've talked about this till, we're both blue in the face, but, I feel like those were different times, different days, and you were so pumped up for Battletech a lot, and I realized your group was probably a lot of why you don't play anymore, but, much like I don't play a lot of 40K because I don't particularly enjoy most of the local meta or even most of the people. I really like Bob, but a lot of the other people locally I just choose not to play with. Bob tolerates a lot more than I do. I don't have a lot of time to game, so if I'm not going to have fun playing, I'm going to do something else, because I don't have a lot of time to be gaming anyway. But, the fact that something you know a lot about, spend a lot of time with, and, may not be engaging with because you don't have a community that you click with very well or is unfortunate because it's still something you know a lot about. And I felt like it was a passion of yours. And I could have read the situation wrong. Maybe you were more passionate about 40K, just you were playing Battletech, and maybe I just read it wrong. But you always struck me as someone who was very passionate about the fluff and the lore and the mechs and, all that stuff. I mean, there's a reason why when you came down on vacation, I wanted to play. And I miss... I know that the purist Battletech guys, shit on it, but the MechWarrior Dark Age was my first serious minis game. I'd played Mage Knights before that, but I was young and stupid and, really didn't pay much attention, and also I was still at an age where, the Mage Knight figures were also kind of like toys, so I was throw them around and slam them, and, so I played briefly. But my first serious, growing up game where I invested funds in it and actually took some time to learn the rules was MechWarrior Dark Age, and holds a special place in my heart. It always saddens me that game went under. But because I like that, a little bit of my bias towards Battletech shows through, and kind of why I was so excited to hear about your stuff, because it's a vicarious thing. I don't get to play, but I get to hear about you playing and your endeavors. So. And Handley, you might not have much luck, but if you want to post your minis you're selling in the Garrison Facebook and Discord, feel free. If you get any luck, you get some luck. If you don't, at least you tried. Hang on one second, guys. What's up, Dank? How you doing, man? All right, hang on one second. Hey, Dank, that's awesome, man. You got a link for us? You can throw it up if you'd like. All right, I have a couple of pictures on my Instagram, but those were before he got his head. Very cool, very cool. What'd you do? Paint him silver, and then use a contrast paint over the top. I think that's what Clan Wolf's guy was doing. I think that's the process I used. I forget the green that I used. But there's a green contrast paint I used over silver that worked out pretty good, and this looks kind of like that. Boom, there you go. Like it's such an easy way to get Alpha Legion stuff quick and have it look good and still look metallic. A lot of times when you put stuff over the metallic, it kind of comes out matte and doesn't look that nice. So this looks cool, man. I dig it. Very nice. Is this like a one-off model, or do you have like a whole army you're building? Which we may have discussed this before, and I don't remember, so you have to forgive me. But yeah, what's the plan for the Alpha Legion? Very cool, very cool. So I've got a message I'm going back and forth with here on Facebook. Hang on, guys. Sorry, I'm getting some information about a cosplay endeavor, and guy was giving me some info, and I needed it for what I was going to be doing. So waiting to hear back from him to that. There's some leather stuff that I want to hand do, and I've never done that kind of thing before. Never done any of this before, so it's all new. And he's giving me some information. Help me out. It's my my attempt to find something different to do outside of streaming, outside of minis. And I've always wanted to do a cosplay outfit, and something I'm looking into. I've been picked up some patterns, materials, and some of the parts for it already. But the leather part is going to be particularly expensive and not the easiest thing to do. But it will be an adventure, something new for me to try out. Definitely. I haven't sewn anything since I was a kid. And I want to be hands-on with as much of this as I can to try and learn some new stuff and just do something different. Go. I think it could be, but I think that I think I could learn to do it at least to a level that's acceptable for what I want to do. And plus, I've got access to my mom who's done some sewing, so she can help out. I've already asked her about basically doing some of the outfit, but we'll see how that all goes. I'm trying to keep the costume pretty hush-hush, so I haven't mentioned what it is to very many people, but I am pretty excited about it. I got the armor and weapon design files ordered or purchased. I already have them downloaded. I got to get the materials. I showed Austin one of the weapon files, and he's going to help me make that for the build. And I've got the boots on the way, the materials for the boots. Yeah. Thank you, Bob. I cut a corner on the bikes and dry brushed them instead of edge highlighting them. That saved a little bit of time. Not a huge amount, but a little bit. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. We'll see how it goes. I probably won't do anything for sale. I don't have the time for it. But yeah, I got my plans from Etsy. Hey, Mr. Forbias, I hope that you're feeling better and healing up. I know you had the little fire flare up not long ago, so I hope that you're healing well and your doctor appointment goes well. And I appreciate you popping in. I do want to say this while I got you here is you're an important individual from our community. In the event there is a situation where I am away from stream for a bit, please don't worry. I was talking about on stream earlier about maybe taking some time away, taking a break. We've been struggling recently to maintain views and chatter and all the normal things, but it's been a struggle and it's been growing, and that weighs on me for a variety of reasons. But I don't have a lot of time for free time for anything, and that is an issue. You, unfortunately, with what I do, you drive some of your self-worth from your views and your subs and all that shit, and it is psychologically draining me, and I for sure need some time away, and I'm just not sure exactly how to approach it or engage it. I've taken some breaks before for similar reasons, and they were always detrimental. And every time you take a break could be your last time. It could be gone. I just don't want anyone to think that I took you for granted or I ghosted you. So be aware. At the very least, I believe you and I are friends on Facebook, so you know where to get in touch. Yeah, I mean, that would work. But also, that's another, I guess, point of contention is that, everyone's got a Discord thing these days, and unfortunately, no one really uses the Garrison one. We get some posts from time to time with like hobby showcase stuff, but not a lot of new stuff or engagement or anything like that. And I don't help well with it either, because I don't post a lot. But my whole idea was always that the community would grow and it would be take a life of its own, and having to be the on-stream talent and try and post the things and engage the things and get the chatter and then work and all that. It ends up being a lot. And if the community's not to a point where it's also kind of breathed a little bit of its own life at this point, I'm not sure what all I can do. Also, I can't blame anyone because every streamer they watch has got their own Discord or Discord community, so you're being asked to get into a million of them. So it's hard to keep up, and most people probably join the Discord to be courteous and occasionally post, but they probably just mute them so they don't get the notifications. And I had issues like that myself. At one point, I was in a dozen plus, probably somewhere in the teens, for Discords, and you're getting notifications from all of them. You don't know which is which and what is what, and then you're just like, screw it. I'm going to start leaving some of these. I don't know what's going on anymore. So, I get it. On the bright side, it does sound like Austin's going to want to push forward with some DRD streams, teaching how to paint some terrain, doing stuff like that. We even discussed maybe filming or streaming some of my cosplay endeavors. That's not 100% set in stone, but we mentioned it last night. So there may be some stuff on the DRD front where there's some content to be had as well. Wolfgar86, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Yep. For myself, I don't think you're dumb. It's more of a I guess the art side and the socializing side, and it is what it is. I mean, you bring up a good point because it skews 40K, so some of the conversation would be there, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna stress over it too much. And that's also a thing. Like I was talking to Psycho about it. He's been away for a little bit, and he was kind of apologetic for not making it to streams, and it's okay. Like, I'm not mad if people can't make it to a stream. You have lives too, so it's not like I'm complaining at any one of you guys for not being around enough. Life is life. But in general, you gotta make decisions that make sense, and it's kind of where I'm at. Alright, so we got that guy highlighted up. Hey, Nox Geek, thank you for the sub, man. What's up? How are you doing? I knew I missed something. Forgot his little engines. Well, I appreciate you popping in. Thank you. I'm doing good, man. We were talking on stream earlier about taking some time away. I didn't want anyone to freak out if that comes up. Some of the stuff I've been dealing with for a while, but the stream's not quite growing like it has in the past, and there's been a big dip in views and socializing on the stream, and I want to have some free time to do some things, and it came into kind of full focus over the weekend. My buddy's kid had a birthday, and I was talking to him, and he's like, it's like, we should hang out more, and he's like, I tried, he's like, yeah, I came down, you couldn't hang out, and I was like, you gotta let me know ahead of time. He's like, well, I told you. And I was like, how many days did you give me? He's like, give you a couple days. And I was like, well, when did you come down? He's like, well, I came down on this day, but you were streaming, and then you had to work. And then I started thinking, and the gears started running, and it's like, if I want to do something before work, I'm usually streaming. If I want to do something after work, it's real late. The next day, stream work. Then it's Amanda. Then it's stream work. And it's like I have no free time to do anything outside of those things unless I cancel a stream or I cancel work. I'm not going to cancel work. And I've been choosing not to cancel any streams because I want to do right by you guys, So then it gets to a point where I'm now locked into these and I can't do spontaneous things. I can't, like, even if I wanted to go play 40K now, if I could, I don't have the time to. Because, the time to do it would be before work and I stream. And then the days that I don't work, I see Amanda, and I'm not going to postpone hanging out with my fiance to go play games because I don't see her very often, so there's no time. I have no time to do anything. And it's starting to weigh on me. The goal was like, hey, we'll keep doing this. I'll keep pushing forward. It's going to grow. We'll get to a point where, streaming such a big part of what I do, it'll be a main source income, and then I'm not competing with my normal job because this is my normal job, and that hasn't happened. And I don't disagree that for things to grow, you got to work for them. I get that, but at some point, your life is fleeting away, and you're not doing anything. And hanging out with you guys and trying to spread a good positive message and do hobby things, like, that's good and that's worthy, but also there's other things to also do. and I don't get to, So as a reward, sort of, I guess, if you want to put it that way, to myself, I am going to be doing a cosplay outfit to give myself something completely new and different to do. So, yep. The other thing is, like, you constantly reassess, how you're doing, your perceived success and things of that nature. And I don't feel like, I feel like others are doing better than I am, and they've been doing it for a fraction of the time, and that is okay. I'm happy for them. But at some point, you start reading the room and the climate and wonder if maybe what you do, in this case what I do, isn't what the community wants. Maybe it's just not that. Maybe I'm too open, too vocal, too... maybe people don't want to hear about life. They don't want to hear about me being derpy or therapy or, insert whatever the case may be. Maybe it's just too much. And they want to escape. And when they come hang out with me, maybe they're not escaping. Maybe they're just like, oh shit, I'm commiserating. I don't want this. I'm out. Maybe that's what it is, But it's real hard for me to be fake and put on a show. I used to try a little harder to be a bit more different. Without feeling like I was fake, but a bit more different. And now I'm just like, this is me. You're hanging out with me. Just like we would if we were hanging out and doing a hobby session together. But I don't feel like that's necessarily what's successful on here. I think there's a handful of you guys that's what you like. I think by and large for hobby stream growth, that's not necessarily what's going to work. And then I don't have time to network with people, so I can't go like hang out in streams and get shout outs or hang out with other streamers and whatnot and network. I can't do that. I don't have the time, So I just start kind of wondering if it's worth it, for the time invested. And then I start looking back and it's like, well, fuck, I've spent a lot of time doing this. I don't want to feel like I wasted that time, but there's some times when, you can sit in the saddle too long and then, miss out on other opportunities, so it's a lot to consider and think of. And in my life, I have always wanted to do right by others, and I put other people ahead of myself almost exclusively. So not wanting anyone to feel like I have taken advantage of them or anything like that, like in regards to like streaming and support. And that's part of what's kind of kept me going as long as I have, because you guys have allowed me to do what I do. So it kind of helps give me some drive to keep at it. But you get to a point where you're just like, I don't know what to do anymore. But as I did say earlier, even if I step away and take some time, it sounds like Austin, DRD Austin, sounds like we're going to be doing some content over there, live streamed and otherwise. It just may not be as frequent, but you guys will definitely see me on that as well. We mentioned maybe getting used to our new stream rig at the shop by thank you for the sub, I appreciate that. We talked about maybe kind of documenting my cosplay endeavors as a way to learn the new equipment we've got and also put out some content. So that might happen, it may not happen, I don't know. But it could be something cool. Take it easy, Knox, man. Enjoy your work call. I hope that it goes quick and speedy and well. I appreciate you letting me vent a little bit. It is not. That's a decal. I wish I was freehand. I'm not that good. No, it's from the Forge World decal sheet. Trying to find a way to get an angle at what I want to hit here. Yeah, and Bob, I appreciate it. It's just it's a tough thing to approach. Hey, Embassy, how you doing? Yeah. Yep. Embassy, that should be fun. Nil Desperatum 1, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Well, that should be pretty cool. Always nice learning or stumbling into a new process. Hey, Saccharum, how you doing, man? Oh, that's good to hear, man. Bob, enjoy work. Be safe out there, man. Perhaps faster. Bob, I think that you could do it. You've been making great strides, man. Just airbrushing alone is definitely taking stuff up a notch. So, plus you got all the Necrons and the new Space Marines to work on, so you have plenty of areas to practice. And I have faith in you. There's nothing that I do on stream here or otherwise, paint-wise, that you guys can't do. Like, I'm not doing anything crazy right now, just edge highlights. Even if it's taking me a million years to do them, nothing crazy. If I could actually get that to go straight. Yep, like that's a thing. I always forget that because I don't have kids, so it doesn't come up for me. But yeah, that's a lot. Alright guys, I'm going to take a quick break. I've got the first stage of highlights in here. I'm going to go empty my bladder and maybe grab a water bottle, and then we'll come back and we'll get some more work done on that. So I will leave you guys with the AFK screen. I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, guys, we are back. And I got myself a quick Pop-Tart because I had not eaten today. So, eat the rest of that real quick. Hey, Java. Hope you're doing good. job. We've had a few people that are lurking and working and getting some hobby stuff in, but not too much. I know Hanley's working on schoolwork and Bob's heading off to work. Sergeant Stubbs. Yeah, I do have the shield over here as well. It just wasn't glued in, and it was wobbling and dobbling on me, so I just popped it off. It's laying on the desk right here. Hey, what's up, Nomadic? Mr. Chris, how you doing? That's good to hear. If you guys are not following Mr. Nomadic Chris, make sure you pop on over, hit that follow button, show some hobby love. Follows are free. Doesn't hurt anybody to throw one of those out. Well, that's good, man. Yeah, we hadn't seen you in a little bit, but I assumed you were doing your due. We were talking on stream earlier about taking some time off, and there's a high probability I'm gonna take a break from Twitch. The schedule's been out of whack lately, and that is what it is currently. But totality of other issues have still been present, and I'm still like struggling with it, and it's like I don't know. I need some time away. But we were talking about that on the stream earlier. You've been here for some of that before. Nothing new for you there. With me talking about it. I know, I think last time we spoke, you were on your camping trip. How'd that go? Yeah, that's good. Glad you had a good time. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, the secret really is this. You just do a pre-shade with brown, and I did a neutral tone. I might have done a little too much white at the top. I probably should have more neutral and maybe a little less brown. The shield's a really nice example of that transition. But whatever. It's all playing with it. And then this over the top to tint it. That's really it. I was thinking about trying your magenta thing, but because it's a commission, I didn't want to, try something completely new. But I was thinking maybe if I did brown as the pre-shade and transition from brown into magenta into that neutral color I did, that it might actually give me a more vibrant yellow and then get dark in that recess. So I get the best of both worlds is what I was thinking. Because the brown, may kind of have more the reddish tone, and then the magenta a bit more the pink, and then into the neutral. And I think I was using, let me see if I've got the color up here. I do. I think it was neutral primer from Stynylrez, and then I went into white. And in white, sometimes the yellow is a little bit kind of almost fluorescent looking, sort of, when you spray over it. So maybe doing neutral into like a beige, maybe more like this instead of white. So like maybe a beige, this into beige, and then pre-shade over it with the brown and maybe some magenta, and then hit it with that yellow. I think that might actually give for a really interesting tone. I just didn't want to try it because I'm not familiar with it. But in the future, on something yellow, perhaps give that a try. Okay. Yep. Let's see, white. Yeah, it's pretty nice, man. Well, why can't I click to move forward? It says there's more photo. Unless that's a photo with a clicker on it. Well, no, because it just show up there. There you go. There it goes. So he did red, and then he sprang white over the red. And then I guess yellow. Because the yellow over the red would make like an orange. And then he's lightening up here. Yeah, looks really nice. That is pretty nice. Yeah, it's really cool. I think you can do that. I mean, it's all airbrush work and then the edge highlighting and get that nice transition. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, mine's not quite as orange as that. It's more brown. His is a bit more vibrant down there. And his yellow is a bit more bright. Yep. Yeah, I mean, it all comes. I feel like red and brown is stuff I've seen before. The magenta, the more pink scale that you were doing, is something I'd never heard of. Once I started seeing this, it looks pretty normal to me. and it makes sense. The magenta was a very different approach. I'd never heard of that, which I guess is in the red spectrum, but more pink. And I saw somebody on Facebook the other day asking about doing yellow, and then somebody had mentioned your magenta stuff you were doing. They didn't mention you by name, but they had mentioned magenta, and I thought of you. And they were explaining to the guy that pre-shading magenta was a good way to tackle yellow, and I was like, yeah, I've seen it. I've not done it, but I've seen it. But yeah. What's up, Draco? How you doing, man? Thinking about doing black border on this. I'm doing alright. Doing alright. Hope you are doing well. What's up, Salt and Sassy? Oh, right. Talking about on the black. I have black on these guys that I really like. And that is these two colors, dark neutral gray, bright neutral gray. I mean, there's black on it too. But I mixed these 1-to-1, did the first highlight, then I used a little bit of this for the main highlight. Actually, it might have been that first. I feel like I mixed them half. It might have been a 3-stage. I don't think it was a 3-stage. It's been a couple weeks or so since I did it. I think it was a two-stage. I can't remember. But I think I mixed them. It was either 1-to-1 or 2-to-1 with this. Yeah, I don't remember. I should have wrote it down. I don't want to write this shit down. But anyway, it's those two colors, and then right down here on the extreme highlights, I'm pretty sure that was the brightest one. And then I had done did little scratch marks and whatnot, and then I did after the airbrush because it was black, and then I think a little bit of blue black, I think it was from the top, and it was looking a little too blue. It might have been a little bit of blue black, and then maybe like a little mix of that or something. Like I said, it's been a few weeks. Should have wrote that shit down. I didn't. So yeah, I did the blue black, and then it was a little matte and didn't look quite right, so I mixed, I think it was 6 parts of the black ink from Green Stuff World to 1 part of this blue. It's a Tenebris blue. Yeah, this blue right here. It makes a really nice kind of midnight kind of blue, and I washed the whole thing, and it really toned it down, gave that light hint of blue. And it took away the matte-ness to get some more of a semi-gloss, or not semi-gloss, more of a satin. Because the black from Pro Acryl dries super duper matte. And it's kind of I don't like it. It's too dark. Yeah, so I did a quick mix here. I think that is probably about the same. And this is without mixing, and it's darker. So I think it was 1-to-1. I think that is too dark. Yeah, wouldn't really provide much of a highlight there. That, or I might have done that and then that one, I don't know, but yeah. All right. Yeah, this is why I just order stuff. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Again, I think we're going to do black borders on them. Wheels wants red borders on the shields, and I think black shields the shoulders. I think black on the shields would be good. If I did red on the borders of the shields, I think it'd be too much. So I think black's going to look nice. Oh, so because stream has been um, very quiet the last couple of weeks, I turned the music off and I have a podcast running in the background, but you guys can't hear it because DCMA stuff. And it's Joe Rogan and Neil deGrasse Tyson, and Neil deGrasse Tyson said something funny, and I busted out laughing. Cracks me up. You know what else cracks me up? These two colors look kind of different. Oh. The Pro Aqua definitely has like a tonal difference when it dries. But yeah, it's been pretty quiet on Twitch lately. Yeah. That's what I was talking about earlier with the whole break thing. It's been it's been tough lately. Views, numbers, subs, all the same things we talk about, but it's consistent and it's coming into full focus how much time I don't have when I'm wanting to do something extra. And my friends are like, hey, come to my son's birthday party. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then he's like, we should hang out more. And I'm like, well, we should. Let me know. We'll hang out. And he's like, I did. I came to town. You were busy. I'm like, well, you got to give me some time. He's like, I told you 2 days ahead of time. He's like, you had to stream. And then after you stream, you had to work. And then the next day, you got to go to, streaming. You got to go to work. And then you see Amanda. And then it's go to stream, go to work, go see Amanda. And that's all you do. And I was like, you're not wrong. That is all I do. And I don't have a lot of time outside of that because it's occupied. And not getting any younger, and I don't have any more time, and this is it. This is my free time. Like, if I want to do hobby stuff right now, right here on stream, this is the time to do it. Whether I'm on stream or not, these hours that I have in the day, this is when I could do it, because when this is over, I go to work. Then I come home, I might lay down and play on my phone a little bit, and then I go to sleep. Like last night, I didn't get home till after 3 a.m. There's no hobby time then. I'm going to bed. I can't hang out with somebody who works a normal job. They get off at a normal time and they have kids and want to hang out, so I can't hang out with you at 3 a.m. So trying to find a balance in my life is important. It's a thing, and that conversation was enlightening. And then the focus before was like maybe Twitch will get to a point where it's self-sustaining. I can do this as a career. I don't have to work, or I can work less at my normal job and focus on this as the primary. But the economics of the situation are the opposite. We are not approaching that anymore. We are completely going the other way, and that's fine. People are going back to work. People are voting with the dollars. People don't have dollars, or whatever. Insert whatever the case may be for everyone's life experience and what they're going through and why they do what they do or don't do. And that's fine. I'm not mad at anyone. I'm not mad people can't make it to stream, or they don't donate, or they don't do whatever. But it's like, if we're not getting where we would like to be, I still have a life to live, and I gotta make decisions that are good for me, that are gonna let me do the things I want to do with my life. So I am in the process of starting something completely new, and I'm going to be starting a cosplay project. I will show you a picture that will give you a pretty good indication of what I'm going to do. And I have not mentioned it on stream, so don't mention it to anyone, please. But I'll send it to you on Discord. And this will be, like I said, a pretty good indication of what I'm going to be doing. And I've already got the plans. I bought the plans. I got the plans for the weapons I need. I've ordered some material. I'm trying to research what I need for leather material and leather working. Never done this ever. So sewing the outfit is one thing. Getting my mom to help me with it's one thing. Getting Austin up with me is one thing. But learning stuff, doing something new, and this is way outside of my wheelhouse. It is very, very different. And Austin's going to help me with the rifle for this. He is very confident we can do all the armor bits, and I've got the patterns for the cloak and the cloth bits. I ordered the boots, the glove stuff to make those. Like, I have the things coming. I just got to get there, So I'm pretty excited about doing that. It's gonna be a long process, but I'm pretty excited about it. So, yep. Okay. I think it'll be pretty cool. We'll see how it all plays out. And my buddy that I was talking to the other day, he's got a cosplay outfit, and he had mentioned wanting to do a Star Wars one, and I've wanted to be a member of the 501st for a long time. The 2 times I've reached out to them, one time they ignored me, the other time they replied back and they were not super friendly or inviting. But he's got a Power Ranger outfit that he wears to conventions and stuff. Big Green Ranger fan, which when I was a kid I was as well. Green and White Ranger. Tommy, Jason David Frank. Follow him on social media and whatnot. He's a cool guy. And my buddy's met him several times. He's had plenty of things autographed by him, including his helmet he wears for his cosplay was autographed, which is really, really cool. And the helmet was free for autograph. He pays for all the other ones. But Jason David Frank was talking to him at a con, and he's like, hey, would you like me to sign your helmet? And he's like, yes. And he's like, let me get that. And he signed it. And being able to go do some things like that would be fun when the world opens back up. Or to go, as they call it, like trooping type thing, go to a children's hospital or whatever, an event, and like just show some support and get out of the house and do something fun and interesting. So that is what I'm going to work on. I love Neil deGrasse Tyson. This guy he's so smart, but he's funny. Like, he dropped an F-bomb on the podcast with Joe Rogan, and that kind of caught me off guard. But it like lets you know that, like, outside of the public eye, the normal professional realm, outside of Cosmos and stuff like that, he's a normal person and he's just super chill. And he was talking about the calendar and the people who made it, and he's like, it's a fucking awesome calendar. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I dropped an F-bomb. And then Joe Rogan's giving him shit, and prodding at him and joking around because, Neil deGrasse Tyson cursed and he's human and yada yada. And I found it fascinating because he's one of my, like, idols. Like, I'm not anywhere in that realm of smart. I'm pretty stupid, I feel. I could do a couple things okay, but I'm not a very super smart individual. But Neil deGrasse Tyson and, like, Bill Nye, they break down science stuff in a way that even if I don't quite understand it, I don't feel like they're condescending. Like, they legitimately want to share some knowledge with me and educate me and anyone who's tuning into whatever it is they're talking about. And I really like that. I wish I had teachers like that growing up and in college who were so eager to teach, and it wasn't just a job. And they're not, you're no longer worried about pass fail. You're worried about learning and being taught to learn and taught the information and being eager to learn it and excited to know more. That's not how we're taught. We're taught to, learn this thing for a test, pass fail fear. And then once you've learned or you've done the test, you can forget it because, you've already done it. You've passed it. And it's like, you're not learning. You're just memorizing a thing for a test. And I feel like that's why our retention is really low. And he goes on in this podcast earlier on to talk about how we learn and how we aren't teaching people to be curious about stuff. We're just teaching them how to regurgitate information, basically. And I would agree. As somebody who's been through it, I agree. And it's hard, to make information fun, but, like, getting people excited to want to learn and it's not a chore, it's not a job. It's like, you want to be here, you want to learn this for a reason. Like, there you go. But we make it such that it's a job. It's so hard, it's a chore. And Joe Rogan's always so into whatever people are saying. Like, he's like, whoa. Alright. I need to grab my contrast paint. Let's see. I think it is 3 layers down. What do we got down here? Oh, no. First layer. Cool. Wildwood. That's what I needed. First one I grabbed. Hell yeah. And let's put our primer back over here because I don't need that. Smart. I forgot he was not pressed down. Just making sure all the base here is dry. Well, take it easy, Chris. Thanks for popping in. I hope you had a good day at work, and hopefully we'll catch you again soon. As always, if you ever feel like rambling at somebody, you know where to catch me, Discord or Facebook. But have a good day, man. Again, appreciate you hanging out. Yeah, I will enjoy Neil deGrasse Tyson interrupting Joe Rogan. Hey, what's up, Jan? How you doing, man? Catching me right before the end of my stream. If you guys probably already know who he is, but if you don't know who the fantastic and awesome Genuine Vision is, pop on over, hit that follow button, show some hobby love. Hitting the follow button is free. Doesn't take much effort, but it means the world to us streamers. So if you're not following them, check them out. You won't be disappointed, I promise you. How's life been treating you, man? Yep, I feel you on that, man. I've been keeping busy with DRD. I've been trying to get my schedule on stream adjusted. My fiance got a new job, so trying to shift my stream schedule, my work schedule, so I can still see her. But um, I think I'm going to be taking some time away from Twitch in the near future. It's not resonating with me, and I'm not feeling particularly confident about it. And that has its own impacts on you, and none of them particularly good. And a lot of it's been my the free time that I no longer have because I work full time and I've tried to stream at the same time. A buddy of mine was I've gone over this multiple times today. Sorry for anyone who's heard it already. A buddy of mine was talking about how we should hang out more. I was just at his kid's birthday party, and he was like, "We should hang out more." And I was like, "Yeah, well, man, when you're in town, just hit me up and talk to me." He's like, "I did, you know." And I was like, "Well, give me, let me know ahead of time so I can shift my schedule." He's like, "I told you a couple days." He's like, "You had to stream and then you had to go to work, and then the next day you got to stream and go to work. The next day stream, go to work, and then it's a Amanda day, and then it's back to working or streaming or both. And then on Sunday night you don't work or Sunday, but then you stream." And like, he lives an hour and a half away, so it's really hard. It's the same way with Amanda. If I want to do something, it's like, got stream, got work. And even if there was no COVID and I could play games, it's not like I'm doing tabletops because no time. And it's the same issues somebody who works two jobs would go through. You're so limited on free time. And the goal was to hope that Twitch got to a point where it would offset work and I could work less at my normal job and spend more time on stream. That's not happened, and I very rapidly got to the point with streaming where it's like I want a little bit more of a life and I do not have one, and it's a little stressful. So, and Hanley, you're fine, man. You've been super supportive for months since I first met you, even back pre lockdown, when you were doing the PP thing. So. And that's the thing, when I've talked to the couple people from stream that I've talked to off stream, that you're like, "Sorry, I haven't been there, I've been so busy." It's like, I'm not mad at you. You got a life to live too. But just like you have a life to live, so do I. And I got to do things that I want to do. And that's kind of where I'm at. But yeah. And we've, I don't know if other streamers have been dealing with it, but we've had some crazy ups and downs on stream this year, and viewers, subs, chatter and stuff over the last several months have just all been taking huge dips. And maybe that's because the things have been opening back up. Some people are going back to work, schools opened up, and kids had to be homeschooled. And there's a lot of things that could impact why things have went down the way they have. But they still have gone down the way they have, and the numbers are what the numbers are, you know what I mean? So, it is what it is. Yep, yep. And I've talked about that too, because like the the amount of time that this is all going to be going on. Like we're looking at this time next year before we might be even remotely back to normal, if there even is a new normal, or if there even is going back to anything. It's very scary. So I'm not going to do all this right now. We're going to just do a couple quick highlights, see how it looks, and then I got to get ready to go to work, guys. Oh yeah, handling that. I've tried to keep politics to a minimum, and some of that's political, and then some of it is just what people are going through, and there's that gray area in between where it's kind of both. And we bailed out businesses, but not people, and it's a problem. It is a problem. Yep. We were pretty damned if we do or damned if we don't on that one. We are pawns for politicians at this point. It could have went either way. He could have issued it before November 11th because he wanted to rally more votes. He may be waiting post November 11th, or not 11th, no, excuse me, November election, rather, because he's hoping that people will vote for him because he says he'll give them something. Um, so, in either case, support is being held over someone's head. Um, when it doesn't really matter who the president is, people need help. So. Yep. Alright, let's try one more thing. Let's get these screws out of the way before I break them. Okay, grab a little bit of this glaze. Nice. Yeah. I think it looks really good. I was playing around with a little bit of glaze here and just trying to kind of tint up some of the areas a little bit. Let's just see what this one spot looks like pre-highlight. Yeah, so I'm probably add a little bit more paint to it. It's really, really subtle. That'll take multiple layers, but I do like how the front is looking. Like that looks like a pretty nice little robe there. I'm pretty happy with it. And that will be with his shield. Yep, on that note, folks, that is going to bring us to the end of the stream, and it is about that time. I've got to get ready to go to work. I just dumped my washover. That's cool. All right. So let's see who we've got online for a potential raid. All right, so we're going to head over to Mohawk Miniatures today, guys. If you guys happen to go over there in that raid, make sure you hit the follow button, spam some emotes, and let them know who sent you.
As always, guys, I want to thank all of you for hanging out with me today. I really do appreciate it. Like I said before, we may be taking some time off stream. If that happens, you guys got Discord, Facebook, you got to get in touch with me, and you'll hear something. But I definitely want to let you guys know what was going on. As always, I hope that you guys keep painting models, keep your hobby motivation strong and high, keep your spirits high. Try to allow yourself to lose yourself in the hobby, in the narrative, in your miniatures. Life can be tough and has a way of grinding us down, but try and lose yourself in your minis and kind of fight back a little bit. That's kind of what I think is most important with this stuff, and even if I may be struggling, doesn't mean you have to. But on that note, we're going to go ahead and get this raid going out over to Mohawk Miniatures. As I said before, if you guys happen to go over there, make sure you hit that follow button, spam some emotes, and let them know who sent you. But as always, keep hitting those models, keep rolling those dice, and I will catch you guys next time.